Hey guys, Magnus Robert, and welcome to part 2 of my Ultimate Walking Dead villain ranking. Okay, so we are continuing. Now, there are a few changes I've made. I've ordered the list a little bit, and I still haven't changed all this. Now, one thing someone pointed out in the comments, there's a few things, so we'll just note them now. Lizzie is actually -1 because someone pointed out, well, she does save Tyrese, which is true, and obviously that was in like self-defense, so I'm gonna give her minus points for that. But on top of that, they point out that she was kind of radicalized as a child, like the world that she was going through. Plus, she'd lost her dad and all that, so I think that probably hurted her like sort of mental illness. So she's got now -1. She's not moved any places because I think these two are more innocent than her. But yeah, she's moved places. So thank you for that person who commented about Lizzie. I'll just find the name was Henzo WC3MH. Okay, so thank you to you. And then someone did argue about Pope having a mental illness, and I think PTSD could be like seen. I'm not gonna go there though because I think he to me he seems far too what's the word? Not competent, but he seems all there. Everything he seems to be doing, to me at least, from the text at least, appears to be like within, he's sane. Okay, I think he is sane for the most part. Now, I already did -1 point for the fact that he is taking orders from what he believes is God, and I think that probably justifies it. But just taking orders is not a great excuse, so it only -1 point for him there. And then also someone pointed out Shane, which is good. Now Shane we're going to redo, so let's grab Shane and let's redo Shane. I'll just put him here for now. And also I realized after I uploaded I need to add another 7 points to Len, because Len did try to kill Daryl by obviously planting the half of the deer, right? That was attempted murder because he knew that would result in Daryl's death. So I'm going to add another 7 points to Len, and we last left off, Len had 28 points, so we're going to plus 7. That gives Len 35 points. So let me just quickly make a note of that on my list. I know this is probably not the most informative thing, me having a little list, but it obviously is important because otherwise I'm going to lose track and this video will be an absolute disaster. More of a disaster than it already is. So Len is now... Where is Len? We've got to find him. I've just bloody lost him. There he is. So Len has got 35 points now, which puts him below Dan, which is here. So he's just bumped up all the way here for his attempted murder on Daryl. So now let's redo Shane, because someone, again, like I said, pointed out. Now, this is tricky. So Shane Season 1, I think everything he does is pretty much justified, apart from the assault on Ed, which I think he takes too far. So I'm going to put 2 points for that. Then we've got, he does attempt to kill Rick. He points his gun at Rick, but because he doesn't do it, obviously Dale catches him. That I'm like unsure exactly. He was thinking about it, but he doesn't like go, I'm just not going to count that. But we do have the essay of Laurie, so that's going to get 7 points. That's Shane Season 1. Everything else I think he's justified. Now we got Shane Season 2. Now he kills Otis to get the medical supplies for Carl. Now ultimately I'm going to give him a murder charge for this, because that... they could have got... Maybe they weren't going to get away. And if the argument kind of goes, well, he was saving his life. He was sacrificing Otis so he could save Carl. The trouble is he could have sacrificed himself, right? If neither of them are going to get... They were sort of running at the same speed. Obviously, Otis is a bigger guy, and Shane obviously had a bad leg. So, ultimately, Shane could have sacrificed himself in that moment, not Otis. He chose Otis because ultimately he wanted to, for his own selfish reasons, right? So I'm going to give him a blanket murder charge for that. And then we get another murder charge for Rick, because he did try to kill Rick, obviously, again. And then another for Randall, because he did kill Randall unnecessarily. The barn stuff, I'm going to consider, like, a breach of private property. So I'm going to do that as a 2 points because I think the way he did that was pretty awful. And I'm maybe missing something, but I think that's all of the major Shane things that he does, right? So what did Shane have before? Let me just see. Shane. I've got to find him on my bloody list. He's got 24 points. So now let's do some minus points. Now, he did save Carl and Laurie at the beginning, so that minus is 3. And that's it, I guess. Yeah. So 29 points. I'm not going to say like with the Atlanta camp because that was a group effort. So Shane gets 29. Before he had 24. So he's going to get bumped up a little to Dawn's level. He's going to be next to Dawn. He's got the same amount of points as Dawn. So let me just make a note on my end. And then we'll move him. So he's going to go above Dawn here. Great. So we're all caught up. Now, I did add a few extras. I added Lakari. I added Maya. I added Alicia. I added... I can't pronounce the name. I'm not going to lie. Cult Lady. I've already forgot the pronunciation. And I know I'm going to butcher it. Because it's not phonetically. Let's do the Cult Lady anyway. From Daryl Dixon. So... Mass murder, she gets 15 because obviously she was trying to kill Daryl and co. In all the people they didn't like, right? So that included Daryl, and that was also going to include Falou and Isabel. So she gets a mass murder for basically ordering that, and then she gets another one for being involved in like the extermination of Daryl, and then she gets another 7 for trying to kill Laurent. Now the finale hasn't happened yet, so. At least I don't want to talk about the finale. I know it was leaked, but I don't want to talk about it because it's not officially out. So that means that she gets 37 points, I guess. We don't know if she saved anyone. Yeah, she's kind of crazy. She's kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, 37. So 37 points. That puts her the same level as... Fawn. That does not feel right. That feels wrong. But we'll go with it, I guess. That means she's more than Lu Feng as well. Well, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess she is pretty evil. She tried to kill a lot of people. Right, let's go for someone else. Let's go for Roman. And I guess we'll do Shira at the same time. I also added Shira to the list because I forgot about her. She is a villain though. So they instantly get a 15 for mass murder because obviously they kill all those cleaners, both Roman and Shira, and then they attempt to also capture and kidnap, I guess, a lot of Daryl's people, right? I think that's what they were doing. I don't think they were trying to kill them necessarily. So for that, we'll just give them a 2. But on top, so that's for Roman. He gets 17 for the murder of all those people, all those cleaners, and then on top of it, oh wait, no, he was following orders though, so I've got to be nice. Minus 1 point for Roman, so 16 points for Roman. Okay, so that puts him above. Oh my god, that puts him above other Roman. The other Roman, 16 points. So he gets to go. He gets to go here, above other Roman. So Shira is a bit of a different case. She also gets 16 points for the murder of the cleaners, and then also the attempted capture of all of those group members. I mean, they may have been intending to murder them. We just don't know. So I'm just gonna keep it like that. But I'm gonna add an extra 2 for the catfishing of Eugene because that was pretty fucked, right? And you know, that's going to leave, like, I don't know if it's quite abuse level, but that's going to leave, you know, some pretty bad things on for Eugene to deal with. So Shira gets a total of 18 points, meaning that she's above Winnie, but below Natanya. That does not feel right. Wait, yeah, no, but then to be fair, Natanya killed like a lot of innocent people who stumbled upon her community. So yeah, I think actually that probably is fair. Because the only people we know that Shira killed were those cleaners, right? Which was fucked up. They were innocent. But the people that Natanya killed are also innocent too. Including Tara, who she had ordered to be murdered, right? So, yeah. I think actually, it looks bad on the surface, but when you think about it, it's not so bad actually. Who else shall we do? Shall we do Ron? That will be an interesting one. So, Ron is quite a fun one. The reason why he's even on this list is he does attempt to kill Carl twice, right? So, he gets 14 points instantly for 2 attempted murders on Carl, right? And I think that's it, really. We've got the one, obviously, in the garage, and then the one where he points the gun. Well, actually, no, that's an attempted murder on Rick, I should say. There's the attempted murder of Carl in the garage, and the attempted murder of Rick in the, in the situation that happens with the walkers, right? So that's 2 attempted murders on 2 separate people, although they're family, I guess. And then on top of that, what else do we have? We guess we have 2 for assault on. Wait, no, that. Yeah, he like grabs Carl and like tries to get angry at him. I mean, everything else that Ron does is like too petty to count, really. But then we obviously have all of this. So for a start, he clearly is a child, so he gets -3 points. And also, he's dealing with a lot because his dad died. So I'm going to give him 2 minus points for both attempted murders because his dad was murdered by the guy that he attempted the murder on. And Carl was obviously because Carl had stolen his girlfriend just after his dad died, right? And also his mom was banging the guy who murdered his dad. I mean, he was dealing with a lot, is all I'm trying to say. Which puts Ron, for his 2 attempted murders, below Michelle. So that puts him here. Well, below Michelle and Paula, I should say. But above Molly. So he breaks up those satellite outpost gals. So interesting. Yeah. Who shall we do next? Shall we go for Jared? That's a fairly biggish one. So we've got. First of all, we got the death of Benjamin, right? That he kills, even though he was ordered to kill. He was ordered to kill Richard, so he doesn't even get a minus points for following orders for that because he wasn't even following orders. That was just straight up murder. Okay. Then we also have the attempted murder of Rick and Morgan. I'm just gonna give them 1 point though for that because I think the circumstances around that are a bit like kind of in Jared's favor. They were kept hostage. And they obviously were about to be recaptured. And B, obviously, they didn't know that Rick and Morgan were going to kill them, right? For every intent. It looked like, Rick and Morgan were planning to kill them for a start. And it looked like that when they captured them. So, to be fair, I think there's a little bit of a justification there. So, I'm gonna allow him that. And then we've also got an assault on Morgan and an assault on Richard, which he gets 2. He is annoying. And he is like really like he's a piece of shit, but he only gets 18 points because ultimately he's not that evil, I guess. So Jared gets 18 points. That puts him below Shira, who is, where did I put Shira again? There she is. Yeah, ultimately not that evil, I guess. Really. We're just ranking his actions, although he definitely took glee from it. But unfortunately, I can't morally condemn someone from the glee they take. Well, maybe I can, but I'm not. Let's go for Dante. Okay, this is an interesting one. So Dante. So Dante gets a mass murder for helping Alpha kill all those people. Obviously, the Pike victims, right? And then on top of that, he gets another mass murder for the fact that he built the tunnel system for Beta to come in, right? That was intended to kill people, and he knew it, right? He also gets a murder for Sadiq, because obviously he kills Sadiq, and also a murder for Cheryl, the old woman, although Cheryl was kind of on her way out. And I'm tempted to give him another one for poisoning the water supply, but then also that was like Gamma started that, and he was... That one's tricky, because I don't know how... That ultimately, I think that didn't kill many people, right? So we'll just give him... Maybe we'll just give him 5 points for, like, abuse. We'll call that blanket abuse, right? So... Oh, and also he kills the captured Whisperer to save his own ass. So that's another murder charge. Yeah. Now, does he have a change of heart? Does he ally with the heroes? No. Does he have a real... Is he just following orders? Yes. So we'll give him -1 for... -1 for the water supply, -1 for the tunnel, and a -1 for the murder of Cheryl, because that was him, and a -1 for the murder of, participating in the Pike victims. So ultimately that gives him a score of 52. Pretty evil guy, actually. Dante was pretty evil, and he should have known better too, because he's a bloody doctor. So that puts Dante just below Joe the Claimer. Oh my god. And that guy is pretty bad. But above Tony the Claimer. Interesting. Yeah, killed a lot of people. So we've got Ben. Good old Ben. So Ben really was planning to attack the prison. Now, that would have resulted in some murders, and they knew about it, but we don't know how many exactly, because obviously we knew that they just wanted to take over the prison. But I'm just going to give them 1 murder charge, right? Because I think they knew they had to kill at least 1 person, but we don't know if they were going to kill all of them. No, not necessarily. And then after that, really, Ben does take place with the governor, but I don't know how much he knew about the governor's plan to kill Michonne and then to capture Michonne and then kill everyone else. I don't know how much he knew, so I don't think it would be fair to do it. But we'll just give him. Actually, no, we'll just leave it there. I think 7. But he was also a child, so we have to -3 points for him being a child. Oh God, wait. 7 -3. He was also following his father's order, I guess, in a sense. So I'm going to -1 for that too. So in that case, Ben just gets a... Oh, and also he's dealing with a lot because his mum just died. So Ben gets 2. So he gets an evil score of 2, which is not very high. So that puts Ben above Lizzie, but below Spencer. So not very high. Shall we do Allan? Let's get Allan out of the way. You know how I love Allan. I hate Allan. I think he's one of the weirdest characters. So Allan was planning to murder. Obviously, we know that he was planning to murder at least 1 person in the attempt to take the prison over, right? And then he also was down, and very much down, with the mass murder of everyone in the prison. Obviously, out of revenge for what Merle did to, killing his son. So that's a 15 for Allan there too. And then he does attempt to shoot the governor, but obviously that's clearly kind of self-defense, right? Because the governor just massacred everyone. So Allan probably thought he was next, and he was. It turned out he was right. So obviously then we have change of heart, ally with the heroes. No, none of them. He was dealing with a lot with the death of his wife and the death of his son, so I'm going to give him -2 points for that. And then also on top of that, he was following orders with the governor's attack on the prison, so he gets a -1 point for that. So that gives him a total evil score of 19, which puts Allan just above Shira and Jared. That does not feel right, does it? Does that feel right? That does not feel right, because Shira, murdered all those people. But, I mean, I guess it has to, right? Because Allan was planning to steal the prison from all those people, right? To evict them out of their home, and that would have definitely resulted in deaths, right? And then also he was a part of the attack on the prison, and he wanted full-on revenge, because when everyone flees, he goes, "We have to go back there. They attacked us. They killed my boy," right? So he clearly wanted to kill them all, just like the governor, right? That was quite clear. I don't know if he was involved in the meat point too, but that's the contention too. Did he know about... I'm pretty sure Ben didn't know about wanting to kill everyone at the prison, but I feel like Allan may have had an inkling at least. So yeah, I actually feel like that probably is justified. I know, again, obviously Shira was successful in her murder, and Allan wasn't. But regardless, I think Allan is a little tiny, like a point more evil than Shearer, I guess. Again, it doesn't feel right, but that's the point system I designed, so I guess we'll have to stick by it. So let's go for... Who else should we go for? Should we go for Joselyn? Yeah, why not? So Joselyn, of course, I think arguably every single kid she basically kidnapped and radicalized for her own weird sick game. So I'm just going to give her a blanket 10 points for all the kidnapping of children. I don't know how many children she has. Or actually, I'll give 12 because she's got... So, there's 12 for the ones she's already kidnapped and radicalized. And I'm going to give her an extra 5 points. This is a bit arbitrary for the ones that she does kidnap on top of that. Obviously from Alexandria. Now, she gets a 7 for the murder of Russ, the Alexandrian. Obviously, she directs her kids to do that. And then she also gets 10 points, actually, for the scarring of Michonne and Daryl. Now, on top of that, we know that she's killed other people along the way. At least we get that impression, and I think that's probably fair to say, because obviously she's killed a lot of these kids' parents, and she's sort of adopted them. So that's another 15. So giving her an evil score of 49. Now, yeah, I think that's honestly fair. Because what she's doing with those children, she ultimately... what she does by radicalizing them kind of as well gets those children killed, although I'm not going to go that far to give her a score for that. So 49 I think is probably fair. That puts her above Pamela, actually, which again doesn't feel tremendously right, but you got to think this woman did radicalize a lot of children. She was willing to kill people, like steal children, kill children, so kill a lot of people. She's below Tony. Yeah, above Pamela. Yeah, I think that's probably right. She is pretty damn evil. Let's go for Arat. So Arat does, in fact, participate in the mass murder of all of the Oceanside boys and men. And I'm going to call this one a mass murder, not a genocide, because they're only killing... Although they are killing half. I think I did that for Simon, so I've probably got to do the same for Arat. And including this, she obviously killed Cindy's brother, but she just gets a blanket 15 for that. Then we've got the murder of Olivia, who she picks. She's the one who picks to kill Olivia, so I'm going to give her that. Although she was following orders in that, so I will give her a -1, but again, not much. And then also for the scarring of... Rosita, although Rosita does put her face in the knife, but Negan obviously gives her the order. But again, another -1 for just following orders there. And then what else have we got? That's pretty much it really for Arat in terms of her villainy, I think. She does partake in the attempted... Oh no, she partakes in the attempted genocide of Rick's group, right? She does, yeah. She was willing to, because obviously Negan wanted to start from scratch and just kill every single one of them, right? So, yeah, she participated in that. She gets 55 points overall. But then I think as well, she allied, so she saved. I think she helped to calm down a lot of the saviors during that camp attack, so she gets -3 for that. And then on top of that, she allied with the heroes anyway. Obviously, she joined the community. And I'm going to give her another -3 for also helping with the bridge. So overall, I'm redeeming her a little bit. But 46 because she still did a lot of bad stuff. So a score of 46 for Arat. Which puts her above Carver still. Wow. Again, it's just I can't... she turned good, but it still doesn't negate all the evil shit she did before, right? So unfortunately, that's where she has to go. Who else have we got? Let's do Morales. That's an interesting one. This one will be pretty easy. So listen, season 1, Morales arguably saved people. I'm gonna give him just a blanket noble 3 points for everything he does, help defending the camp and helping Rick and Glenn out, obviously. So I'm just going to give him a blanket 3 points for that, right? So that means he's got 0 -3, okay? Boom. He's got -3 instantly. And then obviously he joins the Saviors, right? Now the Saviors do participate in slavery, which means that Morales was complicit in that. And I didn't even give Arat points for that. Damn. I forgot to give Arat points for the actual slavery. So Arat actually, what, hang on. We've got to fix Arat now. 46 plus, 6 points for slavery? 52. So Arat's actually got 52, which puts her the same level as Dante. I've got to account for that. It feels wrong because Arat obviously like changes, but again, it's what I'm trying to say. If there was a prison system in The Walking Dead, she'd still be behind bars regardless of if she changed, right? So we're gonna have to stick with it. Yeah. So Morales did participate in slavery. So let's go back. So we've got. We've got 6, but we're minusing 3 for all the noble stuff he does. So that means he's got 3 points. Now, he does hold Rick hostage, but I think this is justified because, A, Rick has just invaded his home and is mercilessly killing people. And B, I think, like, it's probably, like, Rick is also armed. So for every, it's kind of self-defense. And then he dies. So, yeah, Morales gets an evil score of 3, which is pretty damn low. We don't know if he was involved in any murders or anything, so without that information, we have to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, he also was dealing with a lot, sure, because he'd lost his entire family. And I could maybe... Oh, no, he was just following orders, I guess, and he was dealing with a lot, so maybe we'll also be very nice to Morales. We're being very, very nice to Morales, okay, because we love Morales here. I definitely do. So that means Morales gets a score... of an evil score of 1, all right? Not very evil, to be honest. So that puts him above Lizzie, but below Ben. Interesting. Okay. Should we do Jana? I'm going to try my best to remember everything Jana does. So, we've got a couple mass murders. I'm just going to give straight up 2 mass murders. So there's the one, obviously, with the nunnery, which I think was basically her. And then on top of that, we've got the other murders along the way that she commits. So I'm just going to give her 30 for that. Her experiments, I think, are, like, dangerous. Really dangerous. And I think that is akin to a mass murder. Because, like, that is going to kill a lot of people, obviously, in the result of it. And then we obviously have... do I call it a genocide? I may as well, by my points. So what was that? Was that 45? Yeah. So we're going to do 45 plus 30 for the genocide of the nest, because that was like, she was just killing every single person there, right? And that obviously includes the attempted murder of Carol, and also the murder of all those prisoners that she murders there too. What else have we got? There's the theft of the Mona Lisa. Gonna give it 2 points for that. And I think that's probably it. Maybe the thing that she does to the guy, where she makes the guy eat the food on the floor. That's kind of nasty. But ultimately, she gets none of these. She's not just following orders. So Jana gets an evil score of 79. She probably did kill more people, but like I said, we don't know everything. We can assume, but I can't make assumptions on everything. There's some things I'm happy to, but like with that, again, we don't really know. It might have been, we don't know how long she's been in power and things like this as well. So, Jana, 79 points. That puts her above Pope, but below Edward. Does that feel right to you? I guess so. Yeah, no, I think probably. I think probably, yeah. She does feed people though as well. So yeah. I think I'm not going to minus any more points, but yeah, she feeds a lot of people. There is some order to her group, right? It's not like she's just stealing from everyone. Yeah. Who else have we got? Let's go for Grapey Davy. Okay, so Davy. So we've got the assault on Aaron. We've got the fact that he participates in slavery, at least in for Alexandria, and then I don't think I can give him any murder charges, right? Because he doesn't participate in any of the attacks, but he does participate in theft, so I give him another 2 for that. And then obviously the attempted grape of Sasha, where he gets 7 points for that, which only gives him, but he was just following orders in terms of the attack in terms of the slavery thing. So that only gives Grapey Davy a score of 16. which seems really fucking low. I know, because he was what he was trying to do with Sasha, but as far as we know, he never murdered anyone, right? He beat up Aaron, sure, but he never murdered anyone. And some of these people obviously killed a lot of people. So I think ultimately, although I don't like that particular crime. I don't like murder either. Murder's not nice either. So what am I saying? Yeah. So he goes here. He's with the Romans. Crazy. Crazy. Right. What else have we got? Who shall we do? Should we do some woman abusers? Let's do Ed first, and then we'll do Pete. So really, the only evil thing that Ed does is his abuse of his wife, and I think he also abuses his daughter. I think that's probably fair to say, because clearly, or at least there's some weird things that he does. He's really weird towards Sophia, to the point where I'm not sure if there is some SA going on. I always got weird vibes there, but I think it's quite clear in some way or another he's abusing his daughter. Maybe not physically, but emotionally, right? I think so, and I think that's probably fair to draw the conclusion on. And then on top of that, there isn't really anything. That's it. It's just the abuse of Carol that he really has. And I can't give him any minus points. So that just gives him a score of 10. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. But he's not like a murderer. So Ed gets a score of 10. Which puts him above Molly. Here. But below Ron, that feels really weird. But again, Ron had 2 attempted murders. So unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles, okay? So, right, as well as other things. So then we've got Pete Anderson. So again, for Pete, we've got 1 assault on Rick, obviously, because Pete starts that. And then on top of that, we've got the abuse of Ron, the abuse of Sam, and the abuse of Jesse. We know that he abuses all 3. So he gets a point for all of them. And then also, we have the murder of Reg, which I am going to consider a murder. Now, the reason why is because, A, he's he's pissed out of his mind. He's got a sword in his hand, which he's not carefully, it's so negligent that I have to consider it like a murder for me. It's so negligent, you may as well have been complicit in trying to murder him. So for that, I'm going to give Pete a score of 24, which puts Pete below Tamiel, actually. Or the same score as Tamiel. Maybe we'll say that he's more evil than Tamiel. I'm not sure. But he goes there. Yeah, pretty evil guy, actually. But not as evil as some of these dudes. Now, Stephen Edwards, some people might be wondering, why the hell is this guy on it? He was just a nice doctor, right? This guy was a sniveling coward, okay? And so, he participated in slavery because the wards are basically slaves. They can't leave. They're not allowed to leave, so they're slaves, right? They are slaves. They're not basically slaves. They're just slaves. So that's pretty bad. On top of that, he does do a murder, okay? So he tricks Beth into killing Gavin Trevor, who's a doctor. He knows as a doctor, because he knows if they treat Gavin Trevor and save Gavin Trevor, because they have another doctor, Edward won't get as many privileges. So yeah, he killed that guy. That was his fault, right? Yeah, but that's all he gets. 13 points, and he was just following orders for the slavery, so we'll give him -1 for that. So he just gets an evil score of 12 points for his one little murder that he did. So that puts Dr. Stephen Edwards just above Ron, but below Paula. Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. Gunther. So Gunther is the guy that obviously takes Ezekiel hostage. Now, we know that he participates in slavery, and we also know that he was about to kill Ezekiel, right? He was about to chop Ezekiel's head off. So that gives him that. Oh, and also on top of that, he kills Alvaro, or is that how you say it? Alvarado, or Alvaro, however you say it. Sorry, I apologize for my Spanish is not great. So yeah, he kills that guy too. So that's a total score of 20. But he was just following orders, so I'll give him -1 for that. And also, no, because he could have fled. I'm going to say like, well, Ezekiel was attacking his home, but actually in that moment he attacked. Right, he could have fled because obviously the kingdom soldiers were all killed. So he was willing to put himself in danger's way, and he didn't have to kill Alvaro. So Gunther gets a score of 19, which puts him above Shearer. That, again, just does not feel right. Should we redo Shearer? I just want to redo it, like, just double check. And I will have to redo Roman. So, okay. No, I think they just are right. So they kill all of the people, right? And then, I guess, yeah, because the other was just like a kidnapping. It was a mass murder. Maybe the mass murder point, maybe I'm being too. Maybe I should give them 2 mass murders. Because no, I'm going to give them 2 mass murders. I've got to. Because them killing those people obviously results in people in the Commonwealth dying too. I have to. Yeah, I have to give them mass murder, 2 mass murder charges. Yeah. So whatever score they've got, I'm just going to add another 15 points. Let me just double check. So Roman has 16, right? So what did I say? Plus another 15? Yeah. Yeah, that feels more right. That does feel right. 31. So Roman is 31 points, which puts him below Maze? No, above Maze? Yeah, unironically, I think that's probably right. And then Shearer gets 18 plus 15. Sorry, I'm terrible at maths. Okay, that's why I've got the calculator here. So that gives her a total score of 33, which puts Shearer on the same level as Dave and Tony. Unironically, I agree with that. I think that's probably fair. All right. So what did I say Roman went again? I just forgot. Fucking hell. Oh my god. What was it again? 31. So Roman got 31. So he gets to go below Mary. Above Maze. And Shearer is same level as Dave and Tony. I apologise for the not as seamless professionalism, okay? I'm trying my best here. So, we got Regina. Let's go for Regina. So, Regina does commit. Now, because she's also a lieutenant and she's got power, she gets a charge for... She gets 1 charge for the kingdom, 1 charge for the library community, 1 charge for the... not Oceanside. 1 charge for the hilltop and 1 charge for Alexandria/kingdom. I forget which one I didn't mention. Anyway, 4 charges, basically. And then on top of that, she gets the murder charge. The one. Okay, 1 mass murder charge. Oh wait, no, it would have been genocide, wasn't it? Bloody hell. Okay, so it's 24. 24 for the attempted genocide of all of the coalition, right? All the communities. And then so that's 78 points for her. And then she also robs Carol and Henry, and she also she robs them, yeah, and then she gets burnt for it, right? So I guess that. But she also does try and get like revenge on, like, she obviously thinks Jadis was the one who was killing the saviors, and she was gonna go get revenge. I don't know what that constitutes though, so we'll just do a 2 point because it probably would have been some sort of assault. Now, did she have a change of heart? Now, she did ally with the heroes briefly, so I'll give her a -3 for that. But that's it. And obviously, she was following orders to some degree, so a -1 for every community that she helped enslave, and then also -1 point for the genocide that she was going to help commit on the coalition, right? All those people. So that gives her 74 points, I hold her a bit more responsible than some of the other soldiers because she is obviously a lieutenant, and that puts Regina below Jana, but above Pope. Yeah. No, I agree with that. Again, it's like surprising, but she was complicit. Do you know who I forgot? Someone I really need to have on is Dwight. But unironically, Dwight, I don't remember so much of him. Fear is like blank in my mind that I'm just not going to include him. I'm actually not. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. Well, I wouldn't. I'm not well informed enough. I could do him in the main show, but that would be about it. Okay, yeah, I probably should have added Dwight. Oh well. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning now. So we got Dean. Dean, right. So we've got, obviously, he helps participate in slavery, but we'll minus 1 point for the fact he's following orders. Then on top of that, we've got the attempted murder of Jesus. Although, actually, they were attacking them. No, I don't feel comfortable. Yeah. We got the destroying of the vitamins though. That was pretty bad, right? Because that was like medication he knew for that was for a pregnant woman. So I'm gonna give him 7 points, right? So yeah, 7 points for Dean. Not that much. I think that's probably fair, right? Because I don't think I can hold him responsible for the attempted murder of Tara and Jesus because Tara and Jesus had just attacked his home, and we just don't know how involved Dean really was with like all the savior shit. But he knew about the slavery at least. So he gets 7 points. He's on par with Molly. He was an arsehole, but that was about it. Let's do Tomas. So I'm just gonna give him a blanket 2 points. Was he in for murder? I don't even know. I don't even remember. I'm gonna give him a blanket 2 points for whatever crime he was in the prison for. It might have been something worse. Maybe we'll just give him 4. We'll give him 4. Right. It probably was murder. I don't know. We never got like confirmation though. So. But we do have the attempted murder on Rick. Now, he does try it twice, but it's like in quick succession, so I'm just going to give him 1 point for that attempted murder. And then also the murder of Big Tiny, which, yes, Big Tiny was fucked anyway, but like the way that I don't even think Thomas knew like the full round. Like, he didn't give like Big Tiny any chance, right? He didn't even ask his permission. He just bashed his head in for his own like sick gain. So Tomas gets 18 points. Puts him on the same level as Jared. Which, yeah, I guess so. Then we got Andrew. So Andrew's a bit different because it's actually quite different. So he doesn't get, again, I'm just going to give him 4 blanket points for whatever he's in prison for because I'm assuming it's something pretty bad like theft or whatever, some sort of minor crime. Maybe it's some sort of murder or drug-related. I mean, drug-related I wouldn't care about. So if it's drug-related, I'd have to minus points. But again, we never got any confirmation. The only confirmation we get is obviously Axel. We know why he's in prison. Now... On top of that, we've got 2 murders. I'm going to give him a mass murder charge, though, because he was attempting to... What he did, luring those walkers in, that could have killed everyone. So this includes the death of T-Dog and Laurie, which he, of course, causes. And then also it includes the attack on Rick, too. Because obviously what he was trying was attempting to murder every single one of them. So for that reason, he gets a score of 19, which actually puts him above Tomas. Yeah, above Tomas and Jared. I mean, he is ultimately the one who gets Laurie killed. So, yeah. Tomas and Jared. Where the hell are they? There we are. Okay. Let's go for Mitch. Mitch is an interesting one. So, Mitch is... He basically accepts the genocide of the prison. He says, all right, moving on. And then he also kills that old man in the woods. The woods that gets attacked in the Governor episode, the woods camp. He like kills the old man who's dying, right? And he's like pissed off that they didn't attack that camp. And he was willing to obviously steal from that camp at the very least, hold them up. So he gets 2 points for that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else Mitch does. apart from being mean to an old man and like the way he speaks to Tara. But really, that's like the worst he does. So that's 39. Oh wait, and also I've got to give him minus points as well. 1 minus point for dealing with a lot. 1 minus point for orders. And I'm going to give him an extra minus point because I'm not sure how scared that guy was. I don't know how much of what he did was out of fucking fear because the governor was like insane. So Mitch gets... Ooh, Mitch. So 36 points for Mitch. That puts him above Dan. Yeah. Grapey Dan. Unfortunately, yeah. He was, I mean, Dan might have wanted to do terrible things to Carl, but Mitch just wanted to kill him and also his sister. So, yeah, Mitch is obviously more evil. Let's do the Doma lady. Oh, God, I don't know. I'm just going to give her a blanket genocide because I feel like, I don't know, I'll just give her 2 mass murders. We'll call it 2 mass murders. For all the murders that she commits in Dead City, and then also the fact that she, like, chops off Herschel's... Was it his finger or is it his toe? I think it's his toe, right? Or is it his finger? No, it's his toe. It's his toe. For chopping off Herschel's toe, that's pretty fucked. And then also we'll give him another 2 for the actual, you know, kidnapping, right? Of Herschel. So that gives the Doma or the Dharma, whatever it is, Dharma, 37 points. With the cult lady from Daryl Dixon, and also on par with, what's the Croat? The Croat's 39. But yeah. Oh yeah, I guess she... Oh no, wait, we've got to give her everything the Croat does as well. So we'll give her another 15, because obviously she orders everything the Croat does. So no, the Dharma gets 52, because, yeah. Yeah, so same level as a rat. Where the frick did I just put her? There she is. Same level as a rat. So I think she's probably worse than a rat. So I'll put her above a rat. Let's do Mancia. Mancia, the Reaper Preacher. Okay. So he helped with the genocide. And he also preached about the genocides like of Meridian. And then also he wasn't involved in the mass murder like Maggie's group. So I can't count that, and I don't know. I generally don't think he was trying to kill Gabriel. So I'm just gonna give him 30 for the genocide. But again, he also was following orders, so I'll give him -1 for that, and that's it. So he gets, oh god, it's meant to be 29. So he gets 29 is what I'm trying to say. He gets 29 points, which is probably a still pretty high actually. You know, he's on the same. It's on the same level as Shane and Dawn. But yeah, I mean, like he was a Reaper, so Shane and Dawn. Oh, where are they? There they are. I'll probably put him lower though, to be honest. We're getting there. We're nearly there. Don't worry. The Warden. So the Warden, he was going to do a mass murder of everyone. That was obviously because he was going to kill Annie, Negan, and also everyone who sort of did the whole "you'll have to kill us too" thing. And on top of that, he runs the labor camps, and there's more than one. There's at least 2 labor camps, right? So I'm going to give him 2 counts of slavery for that, because they're quite, you know, big groups of people. And then also, I guess I'm just going to give him a blanket 5 for all the abuse and, like, you know, that he permits, like the soldiers hitting Negan and grabbing Annie and you know, and injecting people and all that. I'm just going to give him a blanket 1 for that. Yeah. And then also, oh, was he involved in the kidnapping of, like, the babies? I'm not quite sure. Whatever. We'll leave it at that. So 32 points. Pretty bad. Not as bad as some. So the Warden is for 32 points. Same level as Mary, the cannibal. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Now let's do Justin. So Justin, was involved. Oh, frick. Oh, no. Jed and Justin. We'll do Jed and Justin. Right. So both Jed and Justin. No, Justin was. I don't know about Jed. But Justin was involved in the mass murder of the Oceanside boys and men. So he gets 15 for that. And then on top of that, he assaults Henry. And he I think for what he does, like, almost gets Aaron killed because he doesn't like radio in. That's like such negligence, and he clearly did it out of like spite. So I'm gonna give him just a blanket murder charge because Aaron definitely could have died because of his negligence. So he gets 7 points for that. Now he did briefly ally with the heroes because obviously he was helping to build the bridge. So I'm going to give him -3 points, at least for that. And then obviously with the mass murder thing with the Oceanside, he was following orders. So that gives Justin an overall evil score of 20. Not particularly high, but obviously Justin wasn't around that long anyway. But what he did with the Oceanside boys and men was pretty mad. So, yeah, that puts him just above Natanya. it was her grandson he killed. Fucking hell. Anyway, or helped kill, I should say. Jed, on the other hand, he's the same score right now because obviously of all the other things. Oh no, but we don't know if he. Oh wait, no. Justin, I have to add another 6 for slavery. I forgot because he would have helped with the slavery, but then -1 for the fact that slavery was following orders. So no, Justin's actually 25. Sorry, I forgot. And I keep forgetting to count that. It's hard, okay? It's hard to keep track of everything. So yeah, Justin's actually 25. Where is he? So he's same level as Sean. And then so Jed is the same, but he didn't commit the mass murder of the Oceanside people. So I've got a -15 for that. And then he does attempt to rob Carol and Henry, but he doesn't really try to kill them, so. Oh, wait, no, but then he does cause the shootout at the camp, which obviously results in, like, Norris, Katie, and a lot of deaths. So that's 15. So, yeah, he gets bumped back up. So Jed is ultimately 27. Not that evil. He's above Sean, and he's above Justin. Yeah, so he's there. He's evil. Romano. So this is obviously a kingdom Commonwealth trooper who attempts to kill Daryl and co. So he was involved in that. So he gets a mass murder charge for that. But from what we know, they actually are like police and they are protecting the Commonwealth. So I'm going to give them a -3 for that. But I'm just going to give them 1. And then that was it, really. That was all he did. So 12, yeah. Oh, and he was also just following orders, Lance's orders, right? So to him, could have been Daryl was a big threat. Who knows? He didn't know everything about Daryl. So Romano gets 11 points, which puts him the same level as Ron. I'd say he's more evil than Ron, though, so we'll put him there. Bob Lamson, all right? So Bob Lamson does participate in slavery for a start. So that's pretty bad, right? Did I give Jed? Oh, yeah. No, I did. Because I just minus, didn't I? Sorry. Yeah. So Bob Lamson participates in slavery. Pretty bad. Not cool, my dude. So he gets 6 points for that instantly. And then really, what he did with Sasha was just assault, really. Knocked her out. Grievously bodily harm, maybe at like a stretch. So that's 8. But then he was kept captive. And then he didn't stop for Rick. But again, I can't fault him for that. I'm going to do with the Sasha one, though, because that was a bit. They obviously had like a plan that was going to work out for everyone at that point. So, yeah, I'm gonna count him for that. So that's 8 points. That's it, really, because Bob was meant to be one of the good ones, right? He was one of the good ones, they said. He was planning to obviously like take over and be better than Dawn. I'm gonna give him -1 for following orders on Dawn. So 7 points. I think that's probably fair for Bob. Yeah. Bob Lamson, 7 points above Fat Joey. Yeah, I mean, he just still participated in slavery, so fuck it, yeah. Roy. So we've got our 6 points for slavery, our mass murder, because obviously he was involved in the... Oh, actually, that wasn't mass murder. Wait, no, because the mass murder... blah, blah, blah. So, 6 points for slavery. So, the initial plan with in the season 7 finale, which is where he dies, was obviously that Negan was just going to kill one person. So, he was hoping that Rick would surrender. And obviously, when Rick doesn't surrender, Negan was going to kill Carl. But I'm just going to give them a 1 murder charge for that he was obviously helping in. He was complicit in. And then -1 for following orders on the slavery, -1 for the murder charge, because obviously, again, he was following orders. He's also weird to Enid, but whatever. So Roy gets 11 points. Not particularly high. Not that evil of a dude overall. Same as Romano. Yeah. We're getting into some of the less evil ones. Will someone beat Major General Beale as more evil? We'll see. Oh god. Let's go. Maybe Gregory will dethrone Major General Beale. Maybe. We'll never know. Who knows? So Gregory does... I'm going to give him a mass murder charge for the fact that he sided with Negan, right? And he was willing to basically, by removing the hilltop, allow all those other people to, obviously countless people, to be slaughtered. And then on top of that, I'm going to give him an attempted murder on Maggie. And to be honest, that's it. That's really it, really. Everything else, Gregory does out of cowardice, right? And for like the benefit of his community, well, himself really, but for his survival. And most of that's like not throwing like people. I guess he does like throw Maggie under the bus, like he almost tries to hand over Maggie to Simon. But again, I think in a sense Maggie and her people did kind of like... Oh wait, no. He also does do the deal with the Saviors, but then at the same time the Saviors had just tried to kill him and they were planning to kill him, so I think that was probably arguably self-defense. So yeah, Gregory gets a score of 22. An evil score of 22. That puts him above Tim and Crowley, but no higher than that. Where's Tim? Where's Crowley? There. He's got the same score as Merle, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably fair. Okay. So, Gregory didn't dethrone Major General Beale, sadly. O'Donnell. So, O'Donnell, like, I don't think he participates in the grapes, but he, like, laughs at them. And then on top of that, we've obviously got the slavery. The attempted murder on Dawn, I think, was, like, because obviously Dawn pulled the gun on him first, so I'm going to say that's probably self-defense. So that's 13 points for him. And then he also abuses Percy. Like, he beats up Percy, his ward. So that's another 18 points. -1 for the following orders, at least on the slavery thing. But that's it. That's all you get, my dude. 17 points for O'Donnell. Evil-ish, for sure. But I don't think he participates in the grapes. I think he just, like, laughs. But he doesn't stop them. Like, and he laughs about them, right? And when he definitely has the power to stop them. And he's also a cop. I'm counting, and also like the enslaved, right, and shit like that. So, fuck it. I'm gonna consider him complicit, like I did Dawn. So that puts him above Grapey Davy. That seems quite, or it puts him at the same level as Actually, no, it puts him a point above Grapey Davy. Actually, how is Grapey Davy that low? Did I do slavery for Grape? Right, hang on. Grapey Davy, he's got slavery, and then also he's got Grapey. And then he's also got the assault on Aaron, right? But then he was just following orders with this thing. Oh, and also he helps to no, he doesn't help to murder anyone, does he? Oh, and he helps to steal stuff though. Yeah. 16. No, I stand by it, I guess. Yeah, 16 for O'Donnell. Sorry. 17 for O'Donnell, but Grapey Davy doesn't move an inch, unfortunately. At least on my score. Where the frick is O'Donnell? I can't just... Bloody hell, I just lost him. David's got 16. And O'Donnell's got 17. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles. Lakari. So, I don't know how much Lakari knew about the grapes, so I can't give him a point for that. 6 points, though, for the slavery, because he definitely helped to participate in that. Now, the murder of Daryl, or like the attempted murder of Daryl, that one's tricky because he went into... Well, actually, no, because he could have fled the scene, but then he tried to save his officers. So, it was a noble thing, though, so I'm going to -3. So, I don't know. I'm going to give him 10 points. It's a bit arbitrary. But he also comes up with the plan that spares all the lives, right? So, fuck it. Yeah, because he obviously comes up with the plan, like, well, you'll just say, like, Lamson died. He does something, like, noble. He's willing to do that, right? So, there's no more bloodshed. So, I think that's, like, pretty noble on top of that. So, yeah, Lakari gets a score of 7. Meaning that Lakari is... Fat Tony. Above Fat Joey. Sorry, Fat Tony. Above Fat Joey. Score of 7. Yeah. Yeah, he's on the same. He's literally the same points as Bob Lamson. I think that's probably fair. Yeah. Yeah. Shumpert. Everyone's favourite. Shumpert, I love Shumpert. We all love Shumpert here. We always got to give love for Shumpert. So mass murder for the National Guard, that's for sure. Mass murder because he stands by the governor killing all of the Woodbury stuff, the Woodbury militia. I'm not going to consider that genocide because it was just the militia portion. And then another mass murder for the fact that he goes along the prison one, right? Now, I'm not... Prison Post 2, when there's like a lot more people in there, I'm considering that one a genocide. But Prison Post, like, battle in the finale season 3, I'm just considering that mass murder because there wasn't that many people there. He also helps in the murder of Axel, so that gives another 7 points to him. And we'll do Martinez separately because Martinez is slightly different. I think that's about it for Shumpert. Oh wait, no, he also 2 murders because he was going to help murder Glenn and Maggie. Now that's it. He regrets it, so I'll give him -1 for that. But that gives Shumpert a score of 65. I'm just going to add the point back there. 65 points. So, Shumpert is actually more evil than Pope. But yeah, no, he is. He actually is a pretty bad dude. Puts him just above Pope. What the frick is Pope? But below Regina. Okay. Yeah. So Martinez will also do. So on top of that, I think all of that, what I just said about Shumpert, applies to Martinez. But we also have, and I've added the point back because he didn't regret it. Maybe he did. I don't know. I think he probably did a little bit. We've got the other stuff. What does he do in season 4? He abandons the governor. I mean, Shumpert abandons the governor. But that was probably fair. That was fair. That's really it, I guess. So I guess Martinez is the same. He lets the governor in, which was probably a bit silly, but I don't think that's immoral. Yeah, I mean the attack on... No, because they don't attack anyone, yeah. Yeah, I guess automatically Martinez... I can't think of anything more worse than... Yeah, I guess they're the same level, right? They're both also lieutenants, or like they're at least they're like high ranking in the governor's kind of militia, so... Yeah, I'm going to put them there. Both together. Carter. So, Carter. So, he does try to... He's going to kill Eugene at one point. And he was also trying to, like, take over Alexandria. I think the Alexandrian thing, like, again, taking over Alexandria, I mean, it depends how he does it. So, I'm not going to give him a point for that. But the attempted murder of Eugene is definitely a 7 points. And then I think as well... I'm just gonna give him a general 2 points for scheming, for like I did for Spencer. So that gives him 9 points. Now, was he dealing with a lot? Was he following orders? No. But also kind of because like Rick had just come in and a bunch of people had died, right? So I can see his argument of why he was worried about who Rick was, and basically Jana had like just given power to Rick as well. So it probably did seem very fishy to Carter. So I'm going to be very nice, and I'm going to minus 1 point. That gives him an overall evil score of 8, and mostly this is just the attempted murder of Eugene, which puts him above Molly, but not nowhere near Ed level. Okay, that's actually probably fair. I mean, he does tragic. He was like willing to murder Eugene, or if Rick didn't show up, he might very well have done it. Now Randall is an interesting one. Okay, so we did Dave and Tony. Now Randall, I think is at the very least one. I'm gonna just give him 1 murder point. So we know about the girls in the farmers' girls that obviously Randall tells the story, and Dave and Tony and the other guys obviously gang assaulted these daughters, right? Now, Randall claims he didn't participate in it. He was kind of like just there. Now, you got also... So, I'm going to take Randall at his word for it, okay? I'm just going to assume he's telling the truth, because I don't know. I can't tell. The reason why I say that is Randall couldn't have been part of this group for very long, because obviously they'd just come from... Not Nebraska. They just come from Fort Benning, like that way, which is obviously like quite a while away. And Randall is from this general area because he went to school with Maggie. So Randall couldn't have been part of the group for very long. That's why I'm willing to believe that he didn't commit those rapes. But I'm just going to give him 1 murder charge because obviously they presumably killed they may have killed them. I'm assuming they did. But also there's the attempted, he shoots at like Rick and Herschel and all that. Now, yes, Dave and Tony were just killed, but obviously he didn't know the full extent of the situation. So I'm just going to give him 1 murder charge. Or should I just give him 2 murder charges? Or 3, maybe 3. Should I just give him 115? Should we just give him 115 and we just say that? Now, he was following orders. He is young. I don't think he's that young though. No, I can't give him -3. Yeah, I'll give him another -1 for the. I'm gonna give him 3 -1s for the 3 people he tries to kill. I don't know. It's a bit arbitrary, but we're gonna go with that. So that gives Randall an evil score of 12. So that puts Randall same level as Dr. Edwards. So there. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. We're nearly there. We got Aiden Monroe. Now, actually, and we'll do Nicholas at the same time. So Aiden Monroe, now, with all the people that they abandoned due to their cowardice, I think that's akin to basically a mass murder charge for me. And then that's really it for Aiden. I'm not even going to give him any of these. I don't think he has any of those. So 15 points instantly for Aiden. I'm just doing a blanket one for all those people that he inevitably got killed because of his cowardice. So 15 points for Aiden. That puts him above Roman, which feels wrong, but hey ho. And just below David. Damn. But yeah, I mean, he did get a lot of people killed. Some of them like very young, right? On like scavenging missions. And then Nicholas on top of that attempts to kill Glenn, right? So that gives him another 37 points. Now he does have a change of heart, and I think as well I'm going to give him 1 for the fact that he does in the end like obviously help Glenn to they help each other to Alexandria, so he has a change of heart, and also because he was helped on the mission to redirect the herd, and he was obviously in all intents and purposes he was trying his best. Now but when he kills himself knowing he's fucking Glenn as well. Or does he? No, because he was so like fucked in that, like he was so out of his mind in that moment. I don't think he knew that his dead body would also take Glenn down with him. Yeah, no, I don't think he knew that. I don't think I can blame him for that. So yeah, 31 points for Nicholas. I think that's probably fair. He does like get a lot of people killed. You got to think, right? Now it's obviously granted it's not so more. Well, you can say it's not evil. It's just like him being a coward. The problem is like what's the difference really, right? If you're doing something out of like fear, because the fear is like selfish, right? It's fear for your own life. I mean, ultimately, for the victim, it doesn't really make a difference, the reason, right? If they're dead, they're dead. So I'm going to put him, 31 points. That puts him above Maze, actually, which is kind of crazy. But as far as we know, Maze has only killed a select amount of people. Same level as Roman? I guess, yeah. I mean, Nicholas, again, got a lot of people killed and tried to kill Glenn as well. Should we do Maya? So she is, I think, a lieutenant. It's a bit hard to tell because I think Regina is meant to be the lieutenant of her little thing. So I think she's like a sub-lieutenant. So I'm just going to give her 1 count of slavery, assuming that she isn't a full-on lieutenant. But I am going to give her murder? I guess no, because I mean, obviously Alexandria come on her little office group and begin shooting at them. But we'll give her a charge for theft. And then everything else was kind of self-defense, really. So I guess we don't know if she killed anyone or she helped to kill anyone. Obviously, the saviors that kill people, I know that I'm not going to hold every single savior responsible. Only the ones who I know are definitely responsible. So that puts Maya the same level as Carter with 8 points. Not very high. Where the hell's Carter? There he is. I'd say she probably was more evil than Carter. We got Alicia from season 4. Now, obviously, Alicia does willingly participate in the genocide of the prison, right? The governor says kill them all, and she follows those orders. And that's pretty much it. Now, she doesn't kill the child, right? She pretty much stands there, even though she could kill the child. I just don't think she can bring herself to kill Lizzie. Because ultimately, Lizzie probably, if she wanted to kill Lizzie, I think she would have. And I'm just going to give her minus 3 points, because maybe it was out of shock. Maybe it's out of the fact that she couldn't kill a child. But I think she easily could have killed Lizzie in that moment, but she didn't. So, Alicia, you're getting 27 points, just below Jed. Where the hell's Jed? Jed and Justin, yeah. Because, again, she willingly participates in the genocide of the prison. And I'm calling it a genocide. Let's go. Who should we go? Should we go for Clara? So, obviously, Clara is pretty... she's going through some... So, obviously, she's the one who attacks Rick in the woods. So, she lures Rick. So, 7 points for, obviously, attempted murder because she's trying to feed her zombie husband head. And so, she does lure Rick to him now, but she kind of has a change of heart in the sense that she kills herself. I don't know if I'm going to count that though, but I'm just going to give her minus 3 for the fact that A, her husband's dead, B, she's practically starving, and C, she ultimately she gives up on her quest to murder Rick, but she does still try it, and she does lure him under false pretenses, right? She kind of doesn't admit that her husband is just a severed zombie head, right? So I'm going to give her 4 points for all of that in the end. So she's just below Spencer. Yeah. And then, we've not got many left. And then we'll obviously be doing our little ranking. So this is interesting. So first of all, we have Duke the dog. Okay. Now, Duke the dog and his pack appear to be... This one's a bit of a meme, I can't lie, okay? Duke the dog and his pack of dogs clearly are going to attack and try and murder all of Rick's group. So I'm going to give them a mass murder charge for that, right? Because that's an attempted mass murder. Because he's really, really pretty bad. But that was it, really. That's all he gets, is 1 mass murder charge. Now, there is a problem. Is he has a clear mental illness in the fact that he's a dog, okay? And we can't hold a dog to the same standard as a human, because a dog doesn't understand right from wrong. So we're going to minus 10. And now also, most dogs don't make it to 18. So I guess by that logic, he kind of is a child by human logic. So I'm going to give him minus 3. And also, he was desperate because they most likely were very hungry. So he was dealing with a lot there, which gives Duke an evil score of 1, alright? Not very evil. Yeah. I feel like I should probably minus 10, though. Another 10 for the fact he's an animal. He's not just mentally ill, he's a fucking animal. So, that gives Duke a score of minus 9. Not very evil at all. He's just a dog who was hungry, okay? And he doesn't know. That puts him on the same as Miguel, actually. So we got the two last meme characters, okay? We got a few memes. I leave the memes till last. First, we've got Gargiulio. So Gargiulio was eventually down. Well, he was down with the murder of Michonne the whole time, and he was really down by the end of it. So that gives him a 7 for that, and that's pretty much it, right? So he was also following orders, so a -1 for that. And also he was dealing with a lot because he just obviously witnessed like Tim and Crowley die, and that like fucked him up quite a bit. So Gargiulio, aka as Murrah would call him, Neil, gets 5 points, which puts him at the same level as Spencer. Funny. And then finally we've got Wayne Dunlap. All right, everyone's favorite. Now I'm just gonna give him blanket mass murder charge. Wait, actually, I'm gonna give him a genocide charge. Because Wayne Dunlap obviously clearly helped murder the entire city of Atlanta. On top of that, though, I'm pretty sure Wayne Dunlap was like responsible for like the entire zombie virus, at least in the US. So that gives him 300 points for like, you know, the basic like almost entire genocide of the United States. I hold Wayne Dunlap personally responsible for that. Now, did he change in the end? Kind of, because his guts did help Rick Grimes get through the city. So I think we can minus 3 points for that. And also maybe 3 points for Glenn. But they also did kind of fail, so an extra 2 points for Wayne's death, bringing on the elements of rain that kind of almost fucked Rick and Glenn up. So ultimately, that gives Wayne Dunlap a score of 326. So that makes Wayne Dunlap the evilest character of them all. And Wayne Dunlap is actually, yeah, the most evil. Funny. Right. So obviously, in actual fact, Wayne Dunlap is probably just minus. Is on the same level as Duke because he's fucking dead. He can't choose that. I mean, maybe Wayne Dunlap in his actual life was a piece of shit. So now we've done that. We've now got to actually design the tiers. This is the fun part, okay? We've done all the horrible maths and all that. So let's go for the bigger hitters. So Beale has a score of 180, an evil score of 180. I think he's easily the most evil character in The Walking Dead for the fact that he, you know, commits literal genocides. Now, Jadis is also complicit in those genocides, not as much as him, so she has a score of 167. Simon has done some genocides himself and also some mass murders, so he has a score of 144, and the governor has a score of 128. So I think these guys are too far gone. I'm going to keep that tier. Maybe I just put them... Yeah, no, too far gone I think is fine. Now, I'm going to put... This one's difficult. So we got Negan with 108. We've got Lance with a 91. We've got Alpha with a score of 90. Leah with an evil score of 85. Owen with an evil score of 83. And Ed with an evil score of 82. And Janae with 79. Yeah. And Regina with 74. And I think I'm going to cut it off there. So these guys, I think, are like evil, very evil past. I think we could probably do very evil past. You know, I more put that for Negan because you listen, Negan has a very evil past. So I've passed. So I have to account for that. And yeah, he's redeemed himself a lot. Maybe I didn't minus enough points, but I don't think he would have been moving on this tier. So. Most evil character 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those are my top 10 evil characters right there. Is Edward's number 10, Owen number 9, and then carrying on. So now we've got evil for sure. So what did I put? I put Regina 74. So evil for sure. So Shumpert and Martinez are both obviously sharing 65 points. Very evil. Maybe I just very evil past. I mean, they are just very evil. Evil for sure. So yeah, we got Martinez and Shumpert both with a score of 65. Then we've got Pope with a score of 62. We've got Beta with a score of 60. Martin and Gareth with a score of 57. Joe with a score of 53. And I'm going to put Joe above Gary. Wait, no. Sorry, Gary with a score of 57. Sorry, so no, Joe with a score of 53. Dante with a score of 52. Arat and the Dharma with a score of 52. Tony with a score of 50. Joselyn with a score of 49. Pamela with a score of 47. Carver with a score of 45. Toby with a score of 43. And we're going to cut it off there. Yeah. So evil for sure. Let's just for now make a tier below. And we'll call this... We'll make this one blue. And we'll call this one... bad. Maybe not evil. No, because some of these people I don't feel evil for sure. Very evil. Too far gone. I think these are like, oh god, how do I word these? Evil for sure and very evil feel like the same thing. Plain evil. Plain evil. Evil by our standards. I don't know. Plain evil. Pretty evil? I'm maybe just pretty evil. Because some of these, I'm putting some rapists in these, and I don't know. I don't feel comfortable calling them a little bit evil. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's what we do. So I'm saying I'm cutting it off at Toby, right? So the Croat, the Cult Lady, Fawn. Oh wait, Fawn was above her. Or the same, they're the same. Mitch. Where the heck is it? Oh my god. So Mitch, Dan, Len, Tony, Dave. Shit. Shira, Gorman, Mary, the Warden, Roman. Hang on. Oh my god. Where was Roman? Gorman, Mary, Warden. Yeah, I'm just double checking, okay, that I'm not messing up. I need to, because I don't want to mess this up. This is my ultimate list after all. We got Nicholas, Maze, Shane, Dawn, Mancia, Losong, and Sebastian. Okay, so pretty evil. I think let's go through it. So obviously that's the end of this list. Plain evil, pretty evil. We've got the Croat. We've got Fawn. But I'm probably going to put this woman above the French woman. This French cult woman. Then we got the Croat. Actually, probably the Croat's probably more evil than her. They've all got the same score though. So, oh no, they don't. No, the Croat does actually have the Croat has 39. Sorry, Fawn has 37. I'm going to put her above the Cult Lady. Cult Lady has also got 37. Mitch has 36. Dan has 35. Len has 35. Dave and Tony have 33. Shira has 33. Gorman has 32. Mary has 32. The Warden has a score of 32. I'm going to put the Warden, though, above... above Mary, at least, yeah. Roman has a score of 31. Nicholas has a score of 31. I think Roman's more evil than Nicholas, yeah. Maze has a score of 30. Dawn has a score of 30. Unironically... No, sorry. Dawn has a score of 29, and so does Shane, and so does Mancia. I think Dawn's more evil than Shane, personally, and then I think Mancia is less evil than Shane, for me, so I'm going to put him there. Losong is a 28, and Sebastian's also 28. I think Losong is more evil than Sebastian. So these guys are pretty evil. So we've got 20. It finishes at 20. What we got? 28. And then I guess Jed, Justin, Alicia, Sean, and Justin. Yeah, we got Justin, right? Justin. So Jed has 27. Alicia also has 27. Sean has a score of 25, and I think Sean's probably more evil than Justin. And Justin has a score of 25 too. I'm going to leave it there. So, boom. That's the pretty evil tier. So we finish with Justin. Okay, this one, I think evil, but there's some good. I don't like that. I'm just going to put bad, some evil in them. Some evil in them. Bad, maybe not evil, maybe, I don't know. Again, I feel horrible because some of these people are very evil. Bad, but not evil. I don't know why it's doing that with the thing. That's annoying. Why is it structuring like bad, but not a little evil? Maybe just a little evil. A little evil. Yeah, we'll do a little evil. A little evil. So we've first got Gavin. He's got 24. Tamiel's got 24. Pete's got 24. Cordron has got 23. Bud has 22. Merle has 22, and so does Gregory. So we gotta. I think Merle is probably more evil than all of these people, even though he did redeem himself. Yeah. Then Gregory, Brion, and Bud all have the same. So I think Bud's probably next, then Gregory, then Brion. I think that's probably fair. They've all got 22. Tim and Crowley have 21. Craven has a score of 21. I think he's more evil than these two because these two, he was the leader, whereas these two were just following orders. Again, not a big excuse. And then I guess we close it off with Natanya with a score of 20. And I guess we'll end it there. Yeah, what she did was pretty evil, after all. A little evil. Now we've got bad, for sure, but these guys aren't, like, evil necessarily, right? So this is where we got Alan, we've got Gunther, we've got Andrew, we've got Tomas, and we've got Jared. Again, that feels wrong to me, saying, oh, Jared is... I think he's more evil than Tomas. He's bad for sure. He's not evil, though. It feels wrong for me, but again, I'm basing it off the little score of his actions. Maybe I just put these guys a little bit above, right? And I'll close it off at... Yeah, I feel like these guys have to go into a little evil. Again, it is a bit based on score, so... Tomas. Maybe we cut it off here. Bad for sure, yeah. I think I'm more happy with that. Yeah. So, Tomas... I'll probably just go for it. So Andrew had Natanya had a score of 20, obviously. Alan had a score of 19. Gunther has a score of 19. Andrew has a score of 19. Jared has a score of 18. And Tomas has a score of 18. And all of them are going into the a little evil category. And then we've got bad for sure category. So this is like, these guys are bad, but probably not evil. We've got Winnie and Mitchell. Yeah, Winnie and Mitchell. Then O'Donnell. Oh, putting David here. It doesn't feel right. Because I think when you do that, when you grape someone, and that isn't even like, that's just full on. It feels wrong. But, I mean, compared to these people, that's where he has to go. I even redid him. So Grapey Davey has a score of 16. Aiden has a score of 15. Roman has a score of 14. Hang on a minute. I don't think I accounted for the fact that Joe was going to kill everyone after. Did I account for that? Wait, no, yeah, I don't think I did. I feel like I didn't. We're just going to do it for Joe and not the other claimers. I don't think I accounted for the fact that Joe was planning to kill Rick, Daryl, and Carl after he obviously had his way with him and Michonne. I'm pretty sure I never even accounted for that, and it's only just coming forward to me now. So I'm going to have to give Joe another mass murder charge. That gives him a score of 68. Damn, yeah, no, I don't think I ever accounted for that, because I'm thinking, why is Joe so low? It doesn't feel right. Joe has got a score of 68. I'm just going to let the other claimers off the hook because I can't be arsed mainly now. But that puts him still below Regina, but in the very evil. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, phew. I had to make that mistake. Anyway, fix that mistake. Jesus Christ. So yeah, in the bad for sure, we had, where was I? I was up to Roman, right? No, I was up to, yeah, Roman or Aiden. Let me find him on my list. Oh god, this is so messy. I do apologize. How's everyone's day going? Let me know as I just try and find where I was on this list. Everyone, maybe just leave a little comment. Tell me how your day's going, how you feeling, what's going on. Anyway, yeah, back to Aiden. Okay, so here we go. Aiden's got 15. Roman's got 14. Paula and Michelle both have 12. So I'm going to put them there too. Dr. Edwards also has 12. Randall has 12. And I think... And Ron has 11. Romano has 11 and Roy has 11. So I think it goes Romano, then Roy, then Ron. And I feel like Ed has to go here too. Ed as well, yeah. Okay. Oh, not evil. I'm going to put this as not some good in them. Some good in them. I think that's probably fair. Some good in them. So, some good in them. We're going to put... I'm going to put Carter and Maya, who both got 8 points. I think I'm going to put... And probably Molly and Dean. I'm going to put all of them in bad for sure. And I think by that logic, though, I've got to put Bob Lamson and Lakari in bad for sure. That doesn't feel right. Maybe I cut it off, even though these guys got 7 points. I just don't see these guys as more evil as Molly and Dean. So, because they're a part of the Saviors, so fuck them. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that. So, I think Bob was probably better than Lakari. So, yeah, I'm splitting up the people who got 7. I don't care. So, these are some good in them. Bob, Lakari, Fat Joey, Primo, because he's a doctor. Spencer, got Julio, Clara, Ben, Morales. And this is where I'm going to chop the list in two again. Or I may as well just edit this one. So this one is actually... I'm going to put... They are good. / very ill. / not human. Okay, so they are good / very ill / not human, and we can delete this row now. So for that, we have, where shall I do the cutoff? So like I said, both Dudar and Dudar, both the cops there, Lamson and Lakari, had 7 points. Factory had 6, Premio had 5, Spencer had 5, God Julio had 5, Clara had 4. I'm gonna do the cutoff here. And then Clara had 4, Ben had 2, Morales had 1 point, Lizzie had -1 point, Gilmero had -2, Miguel had -9, Duke had -9, and Wayne Dunlap, somehow he went from the most evil character to the most good. Pure innocent. There we are. That is my ultimate tier. So let me zoom out so I get a better view. There we are. Hopefully that's a good view. So the most evil character by far is Major General Beale, just from all of his actions, followed by Jadis because of all of the fact that, mainly because of the fact that she was complicit in all of his genocide. Then Simon for all of his stunts, the governor, of course. Then Negan, then Lance, then Alpha. Yeah, so I know that you guys think that Alpha's the most evil. To me, I even think Negan's more evil than Alpha. Yeah, I'll stand by that. I will honestly stand by that. And this is partially why, like, the governor is also my favorite villain, because he is, like, arguably the most evil villain, or at least he's up there. I found Major General Beale very underwhelming as well, so I don't really care for him. And I found Simon a bit too comical, I guess, a bit too much of a cartoon. Like, I did feel like I was just watching Trevor from GTA 5, and that, I'm not gonna lie, took me out of the character. So yeah, this is why the governor's my favorite. He is the most evil, and he's the most compelling. He's my favorite villain. But yeah, I mean, this is my list. Take another good look at it before we end the video. Anything I missed, do let me know. I'm bound to have missed like some action a character has taken. You saw that with Joe. Obviously, I just realised I didn't count the fact that he was gonna kill Rick and Co. And so that bumped him up a little bit. But ultimately, I think I'm pretty much happy with this list. I think it probably does reflect my opinions if I were to go even more depth. This sort of part 1, part 2 has been a bit of a ball ache to do, so I hope you have enjoyed. I got a suggestion, and let me know how you guys feel about it. Now, someone did suggest this as well, doing a tier list where I rank what political affiliation the characters of The Walking Dead would have, and I think maybe I could do this for you guys over in America who have an election sometime soon, right? And doing that for characters, like putting them like who'd be a Republican, who'd be a Democrat, who'd be Green Party, who'd be an independent, that kind of thing. Let me know how you feel about that. The only reason I'm a bit hesitant to do it is I feel like it will expose, I say expose my political views. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much to me. It's more the fact that I think I can see it being like a war in the comment section, and that does. I don't particularly want that, and I don't want to. Part of me doesn't want to turn people off, be like, oh, that guy's too woke or whatever. We can't. I don't want to listen to him. But like at the same time, maybe I shouldn't be ashamed of that, and I should full-throatedly show you everything I believe in. But I think you kind of get a sense anyway from these types of videos, right? Because there's certain things that I consider like more, I think like, me considering murder. I'd hope everyone was against murder. I didn't even know what the fuck I'm on about anymore. Listen, I'm going to wrap the video up here. So take one last good look, okay? The most purest character was Wayne Dunlap, the purest villain of all. And Major General Beale, the most evil bastard. So yeah, let me know about that political video anyway. Let me know, do you like that idea, or do you think that's a terrible idea? And I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Love you all. Give me all the comments. Goodbye.